Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. And today I have for you a 1 vs 1 on Semois. Yes, indeed, we just had some more yesterday, but this is during the day, so it is different, or at least I say it is. But I don't think you'll care because you'll soon notice who the opponents are, or the fighters are. Some pretty high-ranked people in the southern corner fighting for the Americans. We are in fact seeing Seph, or Sepha, a pretty high-standing commander within the Common Affairs community, fighting for the Americans, fighting for the 4th Armoured Division, who shall be going up against him. It is FFSdontshoot, or for fuck's sake, don't shoot, fighting for the Wehrmacht. It's indeed the glorious Wehrmacht fighting for the Panzer Lehr. He is ready to show those Yankees what for. And this is also going to be slightly longer than yesterday's games, just sort of, university work, rather limits how I can do things. Of course, I do my best, but sometimes it doesn't quite work out. But nonetheless, found this game. I hope you will find it interesting. And yes, I'm a bit exasperated for some reason. But the usual Wehrmacht quarters start from the Wehrmacht. I mean, there's no much other terms of starts there can be. And we are going to be seeing a rather aggressive start here from Seph, or Sepha. He's going for a 3-engineer start by the looks of things. Not 4, because otherwise his engineers wouldn't be so swift to set up our barracks, but he's probably going for the 3-engineer start. It's the less commonly seen start. And he doesn't even finish it. He leaves it for those other engineers to do the job, or finish it, ungrateful bastards. But nonetheless, there we go. I mean, that's certainly also one way you can do things. I mean, 3-engineer start gives him more power to sort of seize territory right from the beginning, but at the same time, it doesn't quite as much as the 4-engineer start, but at the same time it doesn't quite sacrifice early firepower quite like the 4-engineer start does either. So it's sort of a middle thing. Whereas the 2-engineer start is more just, let's get some boots on the ground, let's shoot some krauts and jerrys. This one's sort of, let's try and also to actually secure some ground before Jerry gets to it first. And we are seeing a MG and bike start out for don't shoot. The Wehrmacht going for one of the sort of favorites among the higher ranking players, at least that's what I noticed, bike and MG, using the MG to sort of clear away things with a bike, can be very aggressive, although can also end up badly if things go wrongly, so it's certainly not recommended out for the novices who are not perhaps quite as strong as things. And he's also going for pretty early victory point pressure. Again, most players tend to sort of ignore victory points, but apparently Seph actually has a sort of first thing he does is secure a victory point, so that's also quite interesting. You might sort of hope to put a pressure on Mr. Don't Shoot, who hasn't quite as much secured territory. MG and bike moving about, not entirely sure what he wants to do. We'll of course have to find out. Bike inching up, and there we go, rifleman spotted. Sort of spreading out there, getting a few shots off on the bike, not quite actually managing to hit. MG securing the victory point to sort of stop that victory point drain, while another engineer team moves up. Pioneer team secures that one. Engineer team though moves up, and there's nothing to really support them. Apparently also Don't Shoot has decided not to move any further beyond this point. Quite interesting, and then sort of focus completely on the eastern half. MG quickly takes up a position in the pulpit and the church, ready to deliver the sermon of Krupp, Steel upon them, the American barbarians and heathens. And an engineer team though gets quickly cut down though right there in the beginning. That's 140 manpower down already there. I'm pretty sure Don't Shoot is a bit pleased. Seph perhaps not quite as much, but Riflemen securing the western area, and of course Riflemen are early on one of the best units to actually seize territory because they have one of the fastest rates, plus they can also reasonably defend themselves. Engineer moving up, taking up position in the church. The MG position actually having retreated a bit. Second MG moving up here, protecting the fuel point in case some dastardly Americans decide to harass it. But already most of the map is within control of Uncle Sam and the 4th Armoured Division, where its infantry escort as so far. Looks like pressure is being mounted on the center. And again, only one MG and a bike to really hold things there. Although full sky and AS are on the way, some more solid infantry. Riflemen sneaking up there. MG quickly pulling back. Although, of course, it could have been flanked. So quickly, nicely spotted right there by Don't Shoot. Bike moving in. MG too late to set up. The Riflemen now quickly pulling out. Of course, he might be hoping to use the bike to sort of catch them up long enough to actually get some killed and suppressed. And there we go. Poor Joe bit the dust. Well, not quite. But there's no medic to help him, so it might as well be like that. There we go, first infantry unit advancing up, bike and MGs ready to support. And a bit of pioneers taking what they can there. And there we go. Americans going in for the fuel point in the north as well. Really aggressive harassment right there from Seph. And pioneers taking up defensive position inside this small house. MG and Volkskriegs moving in. Things are looking a bit grave for Don't Shoot, already under quite a bit of pressure. With only really one dead engineer team to really so far show anything. And there we go, MG catching the rifleman right there. Doing a bit of kills. Volkskriegs coming flanks. Rifleman sneaking up. Taking up positions in a no-watch position right there. Further losses to the rifleman. And BARs! Seph is being quite aggressive. He only 3 rifleman teams and 3 engineers, although down to 1 engineer. He's already going for the BARs. He's really pushing for aggressive attack. But MG and Volkskriegs, more Volkskriegs in fact, on the way for Don't Shoot. 2 Volkskriegs, 2 MGs, and a bike start from him. And he's charging in with flamethrowers, but the flamethrowers getting torn to bits by the MG and its support gunners. Now the rifleman caught out in the open. Volkskriegs spike, everything else firing in. Oh dear, this is not going well, and there's barely any losses, of course, now also moving in from the flank, but no. All flanks of the assault has in fact been beaten up, or vectors I suppose you'd call it, I'm not entirely sure. Axis, movement, bits, whatever. Assault was beaten off. Brutally high losses to Seph, and well, basically no losses to it. Don't Shoot. He didn't lose a single man in that fight. No MG gunners, not a single Volkskrieger or a pioneer. But he doesn't hold that fuel point, so that of course he's not fully out of the woods, but certainly in terms of manpower he might be holding the advantage ever so slightly. Then going straight for the Krieg barracks. And flamethrower engineers marching in, but coming under immediate fire from pioneers, although forcing off the pioneers, Volkskrieger still can prove to be a hazard. And as of course they catch on fire as well. Now going engineers are taking losses. Another pioneer team coming out for Don't Shoot. And barbed wire to cover any flanks. Good. Engineers pulling slightly back. No attempt at securing this point as yet, though there we go. Pioneers. This has certainly been quite the fight already. And Seph is back to meet the Hun in another round. Don't Shoot securing what he can. Small duel run here between pioneers and engineers, who will win the chat with the flamethrower, the chat with the submachine gun. Apparently the guy with the flamethrower once more, but he finally makes a run for it. Further fighting going on in the center. MG's covering the streets, the most of the approaches in fact. MP40 Volkskriegs securing the flanks, and Riflemen in fact turned back since they don't have any methods for cutting the wire. And they'll probably be needed up here now actually. No grenades though from Seph. That could have cleared out those Volkskriegs in the church. Then again, all that fire will probably do that anyway soon if they don't retreat. Krieg barracks up and the Kampfkraft center going up as well. Riflemen here taking heavy losses but are being forced away. Volkskriegs taking heavy losses in the church. Don't Shoot, need to get them out of there. And there we go, in fact. MP40 Volkskriegs moving out with the MP40 machine pistol in. Flamethrowers for some of the pioneers. That's going to be helpful in flashing out any Americans. No veterancy upgrades though a half-track is moving in. That's going to be quite helpful in fact. Also as a bit of fun for those sort of curious in what sort of research Relic had done, and that's certainly something I've wondered about. There's actually been some posts on the official Company of Heroes forums sort of discussing, including a few images of the research library, which quite interesting also holds some books on the Italian front. Obviously it could have been some sort of plans for an cancelled expansion for all I know, but I mean, on the other hand, certainly quite interesting nonetheless. If it also means to something in the future, that's also pretty damn great, but you know, fun stuff. But again, that's at the moment purely speculation, so I wouldn't put too much stock into things. Don't Shoot pushing on here, and Rifleman moving into full scans with MP40s, and the half-track arrives with its machine gun turning into the Rifleman, quite exposed, and there we go, pushed away. Although the half-track is having a bit of trouble moving about in these cramped corridors. Mines right there in the middle of the road. Armoured car on the way, I suspect, from this motor pool. Rifleman sneaking up on the flanks though. The pressure continues. Mines going down on the flanks as well. MG here. And there we go. MG has been set up to sort of try and stop that. Mines there. Rifleman running into quite severe machine gun fire. A bit of fire on the half track, probably on that canvas roof. And there we go, mine on the engineers. Pioneers moving in, and there we go, armored car ready. Pack 38 just ready at the same time. Infantry, veterans are on the way. And there we go, Greyhound moves in, opens up on the Pioneers. Quickly running into the half track. Oh dear, and it runs into the mine. And it's just briefly pulls it down. What's happening? The Pioneers abandon the driver. Don't leave me! He screams as the Greyhound, there we go, knocks it out. Yes, I usually don't go for slow motion, but I couldn't help but think that was a bit of a dramatic moment, you know. Half track damaged. Greyhound moving in, and what do the Pioneers? Run for their lives. Abandon the poor sod. And they might not even make it. But there you go, I mean, that's the fun details, that's the fun little stories that can happen during Company of Heroes. Pack those sets up. Gets off a good first shot on that Greyhound. And then misses. Brilliant. Rifleman sneaking up here. Volksgunners and a bike could be there to stop them, although the Greyhound moves in for another second pass. And the Volksgunners out in the open. Oh, don't shoot. Get them in cover. But yeah, now the Greyhound rushes in. 50 caliber and 37mm gun. And the other Volksgunners are not moving in to support. Panzerfaust on the Greyhound, damaging the engine, but these Volksgunners need to get out of there before they're torn to bits. With heavy losses, they do manage to get out of there. And now Grenadiers arriving for Don't Shoot. And an MG being pushed off as well. Greyhound, though, is going to be in need of quite a few repairs. And Volksgunners just continuing their work there. I mean, had they been there, they could probably finished off that Greyhound with a Panzerfaust and probably even driven off some of those Americans. So again, I don't think that was the best choice, but let's go have a look at Seph. Seph, if I can click properly. And the duel of the flamethrowers, who shall win? Whose stream of fire is the mightiest? Just remember, don't cross the streams. Oh, wait, that's a different kind of stream. Anyways, burning away at those engineers. Medic pack on the Pioneers, but of course remember, medic pack usage actually makes you easier to hit. Fun fact. Rifleman getting stopped right there in the center. Grenadiers, MG, bike. Quite a lot of fire being poured down on those poor riflemen, thus forcing them off. Pioneers moving in. And a half track getting ready. Quite an interesting move there from Seph. And the Volksgunners, oh goodness, running past all this automatic fire. And they did not make it. They were all heroes of the Reich. But clearly not heroic enough. And the half track is still a wreck right there in the middle of the road, blocking it. Half track getting upgraded with a quad mount. Not really unsurprising. Mines going down there. Quite a few mines going down by Don't Shoot. Or for fuck's sake, Don't Shoot. Or for heaven's sake, if you want to be a bit more less vulgar, I suppose. Half track moving up. Only some engineers to support. And we are seeing Armoured Doctrine. He's going for the sort of bit that can allow vehicles to take points. Quite interesting. Fresh barbed wire there, but that's not going to stop that half track. And a bunker going up for Don't Shoot. He might be going for a medic bunker to sort of help with the attrition he's suffering. Greyhound watching over the western pass. And what else going on here for Don't Shoot? He seems to be going up. Teching up, in fact. And half track crashing through that silly little fence. Although the engineers could actually sort it out with the flamethrowers. A little trick, actually. But there we go. Barbed wire here to deny Americans cover. Grenadiers getting away. Rifleman sneaking up on the western flank. How shall this go? And there we go. Mine set off. Heavy damage though to all those riflemen, but not a single man killed. Oh no, they're running into the next one. And an entire rifleman team slaughtered in seconds, most by the mine. Spread everywhere. Oh, the carnage. BAR left behind, but no one to actually take it up. Half track heavily damaged. Whatever shall happen. Greyhound still getting ready to do something naughty over there. No packs to cover that. And now Volksguns are pushing in. Looks like Don't Shoot is getting ready to sort out this little problem. Second pack ready. Greyhound moving in from the north. Grenades ready as well. Seph looking ready to do something evil. Something vicious perhaps. An MG setting up to cover the advance of the Wehrmacht troops. And pack begins firing as well from some angle. A northern angle in fact. And Greyhound moves in from the north, pack ready to protect the base, but not quite at the angle it's expecting. A lot of Americans, in fact, love to move through there. And there we go, in fact, moving right in. And for some reason, he's actually moving in the pack through there, and that's clearly is backfiring on him. And Rifleman trying to sneak in by getting stopped by base building. He's actually dismantling his own creek barrack to hope to knock out that Greyhound with his pack. And that's incredibly bold. And he's using the bike track to try and block the line of fire. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out. Rifleman on the retreat though, continuing trying to get that half track, but he can't quite get it. I'm again not sure why he wants to move the pack through there. And looks like this could be the end for the Greyhound or the pack. Rifleman and engineers getting stopped right there. Well, only the engineers. Also hit a mine. And then we go M8 out of control. Bunker has not been upgraded though. Has not been upgraded. I repeat, not upgraded. That's a bit of a shame. And half-track moves in to sort out that MG. And this could easily end up badly for that pack if whatever supports it from the infantry actually moving in and sorting it out. Get out of there, get out of there.
Enemy unit down.
And the Grenadiers and Volksguns aren't nearby anywhere to assist either. This retreat, Don't Shoot, retreat for fuck's sake. Rückzug. Grenadiers are moving up through the ditch, but the MG's actually cleared out. And the half-track continues, it's actually flanking, although there's another pack. Will it be able to stop the half-track? No, he actually spotted it, and he's actually moving in to flank it. That one as well. Rifleman charging in through the western point. Medic bunker finding up. And the pack gets sorted out. Engineers with flamethrowers killed, but the Rifleman could be sorting out. Grenade on the Grenadiers. Both packs are down. I repeat, both packs are down. And an MG42. Extreme losses for Don't Shoot all of a sudden. Despite, also having caused some earlier, but now both packs are in fact being seized, and of course, due to the half-track, he can reinforce his infantry on the spot, thus meaning, of course, he's not actually giving up any territory. He can seize this, and now, of course, using the packs to knock out the medic bunker. MG setting up, but there's nothing to stop the half-track. He blew up his own creek barracks. What had initially been a rather bold gamble has now backfired against him. And half-track having already gained veterans 1 with 10 kills. Grenadiers moving in, perhaps with a Panzer Lehr. Who knows? Rifleman getting suppressed. Medic bunker goes down. In fact, quite a few resources being floated by Seph. Not what I'd recommend, but at the same time, certainly does seem to be holding the advantage. He might be doing something with it. MG, though, needs to get out of there. Veterancy 2 for the half-track, which clears out another MG. Oh my goodness. Things are really falling apart for Don't Shoot, who's actually now going for a Panzer Command. A Sturm Armory might actually have been a better choice in this case, since just an upgraded armor car could have sorted things out, I think. Or the Stug. And I really don't think with the sort of fuel access he has, he should be going for a Panzer Command, because I don't think he'll have the resource to actually get anything out of it. But let's go for the mid-game analysis. A bit belated, yes or no, but I mean, situation pretty damn bad for the Wehrmacht. They just lost 2 of their anti-tank guns. They lost quite a bit of infantry, both machine guns. I mean, he barely has anything left on the field, and he barely has any territory. Seph is holding most of it. And he has a Veterancy 2 quad, although it doesn't really do much in terms of killing power. I mean, at Veterancy 3 it will do more damage, but so far it's basically speed and penetration. But still, it's going to be nasty, that's for sure. And if it reaches Veterancy 3, oh boy, then things are really going to be tough for Jerry. Either way, though, Seph really taking as much territory as possible. Another armored car on the way. I mean, it's not really looking good. Don't shoot needs something, and let's just see what sort of resource you could expect. Not much. He, of course, might go for an Ostwind, but well, if he pushes in solidly with that, he might be able to clear things out. And interesting enough,
What are my coordinates?
Seph is actually pulling out all of his anti-tank guns. He's not keeping them around. He's actually getting them out of there.
What are my coordinates?
Although looks like, oh dear, one pack was cleared out by a mine. Bit unfortunate, but let's return to the fight. I mean, Don't Shoot needs some more infantry. He needs some anti-tank weapons of some sort. Panzer Lehr. Ostwind even could deal with these light vehicles. And he needs to push through. He needs to stop losing men like that. Seph, on the other hand, basically needs to not lose what he's any further. He needs to just hold on and keep up the good work. Mine's going down there. MG's, interesting enough, has not been secured. I mean, he could have taken that and really made things living hell for Don't Shoot.
Goddamn GIs. We have an upgrade.
Seph is still floating a lot of resources. Not again what I'd recommend, but he might have some sort of plan with it. Panzer Lehr flying through the air.
Construction finished.
And Grenadier simply getting sliced and diced.
We got looks like mixed AT, anti-personnel mine.
Clearing out a few mines as well. Good work, Seph. Good work. Half-track still. 19 kills. I mean, it's not very often you see a half-track do this well because mostly people don't use it. But I mean, when it does kill, it kills a lot.
We hold the initiative. At this rate, we'll be taken.
Plus, of course, it can still reinforce troops nearby. So in that sense, it's also quite advantageous. Rifleman sneaking up in the north, going once more for the fuel pump, once more going for the throat. What could be Don't Shoot salvation, because at the moment, he's not really looking to be in a very strong position at all. Rifleman getting scorched, burned, shot at. Doesn't look like they will be able to render it neutral. They might, in fact, no. One man makes it out of there, might even be Conrad. Who slack off tying his shoelaces could in this case actually have saved him. Ostwind flak panzer on the way though. Again, considering both anti-tank guns are currently in the American base, and Ostwind, if properly pushed, could save the day for him, at least knock out that half-track and perhaps even the armored car, thus opening up the route for the rest of the infantry. Well, what remains of the infantry? Might also be an idea to get some Knights Cross holders out to get something heavier. And again, I think in this case I'd actually waited for the Ostwind to sort of lead way. Come on, Ostwind.
Are you done soiling your uniform?
But apparently decides against it, and he is getting stopped here. Apparently the Ostwind gets stuck. Another Grenadiers are being once more pushed away. Another failed assault, it seems like. But Don't Shoot does not give up as well. He soldiers on with the single flak panzer, not really intended for sort of leading charges, but there you go. Make do with what you have, not what you wish you had. Although I would recommend Knight's Crossholder. And the armored car actually hit the mine, which was discovered but apparently not defused. And the Ostwind moves in for the kill. Machine gun emplacement going up there. And there we go. Armored car is down. Ostwind does not push on though. He apparently does not feel confident. Instead he's moving for a left hook right here. Pulling back for defensive position. I don't know. I think that could be a bit of a mistake. And there we go. The anti-tank guns are quickly reacting. 2 stolen packs. Rifleman advancing. Ostwind moving in to intercept that. Missing every single shot. Less grand, I'd say.
Objective seized. I don't know if I can hold it.
And now Don't Shoot actually goes for a sniper again. I'd recommend some Knights Cross Soldiers, a bit more solid infantry. Can take a bit more fire. Plus, of course, they have Panzer Fausts. Seems like Seph is now being a bit more cautious. He knows there's an Ostwind on the field. He knows that can provide quite a bit of a problem if he decides to just charge in. Those gunners can be nasty if given the chance. But at the same time, I mean, Don't Shoot is not being quite confident either. He's of course lacking resources. He needs something with a bit more punch than an Ostwind. And of course he knows his opponent has 2 of his anti-tank guns. Of course they're not quite as deadly as the American anti-tank guns, but I mean, they can still do quite a bit of work if they catch you off guard. And engineers getting gunned down out in the open. Volksgrenadiers drove them off, mostly. I think that was actually the squad leader who caught on fire and burned to death near the outhouse. Well, whatever that sort of building is. Don't think that's an outhouse. Unless they had giants in France.
Pioneers here.
All a bit quiet again. Observation post on the fuel to sort of increase the fuel income. Sniper moving up. And already is at the front, in fact. I'm getting stopped again by the Ostwind, protecting what little victory points is left for the Panzer Lehr. The 4th Armoured does not give up despite... Oh wait, there we go. Tank depot up. Anti-tank gun getting sniped, and as it moves, the Ostwind moves in, and there we go. Crew cleared out. MG covering from nearby building. Riflemen caught out in the middle of the road, taking heavy losses. Grenadiers with Panzerschrecks. Bike though out of control. And there we go. Only 1 anti-tank gun left. If Don't Shoot pushes now, of course, yeah, the Knight's Cross he could be pushing. He might turn things around. Come on. Forwards. No, instead he sends in the sniper to check the route. And actually decides to just try and knock out those AT guns. But of course, more pressure from Seph. And a tank destroyer, and he does not have anything, although there's a Panther on the way, but that's going to take some time. And in the meanwhile, that tank destroyer combined with that anti-tank gun can still manage to knock out that Ostwind if he's not careful. Sadly, there's been no attempt actually to recruit that anti-tank gun either, perhaps using those Volksgrenadiers you have. That could work quite nicely. Could of course boost his anti-tank assets. Rifleman moving in. And looks like a sticky bomb. Except the Ostwind gun down the thrower. The tosser, the pitcher. Oh, the Rifleman team could be going down for Seph. No, he makes it out of there. Pack recruit by Rifleman, although one gunner gets sniped. Pack quickly pulls away. Half-track looks like it's finally abandoning the east and moving towards the west. Panther almost ready. But little armor of any sort of real sort, which apparently can have been spared for Don't Shoot, is soon arriving. And there we go. Panzer 5 Kampfwagen moving in. Bunker going up for Don't Shoot. And looks like the push is getting ready. A jeep to lead the way, clear out any snipers. Anti-tank guns, half-track. And a Hellcat. And Don't Shoot is looking to make his last stand here. Bunker going down. Panther moving in. Perhaps he could even go for a Flak 88, actually. That could help him. Volksgrenadiers getting burned alive as they're trying to lay down some barbed wire, but before the fatherland goes up. Sniper advancing, has to be careful though. Panther ready. And gets off a good shot on the half-track. Engineers moving in to cut off what remains of resources. Ostwind's going to be needed over there. Volksgrenadiers getting shot as they retreat. Come on, upgrade the bunker. Someone got shot by the Panther. Oh dear, the tank destroyer got the sniper. Apparently also a sniper destroyer. He quickly spotted the sniper and got him. That was quite a unfortunate, quite a blow. Ostwind moves in and begins sorting out those riflemen in short order. Grenadiers moving in to assist. Panther does not push, afraid of all that anti-tank firepower. Except, where's that other one? I thought he had recruited that. Or did he lose one?
We have 200 points.
Oh wait, it's hiding over behind the bushes. Sneaky that. And Ostwind moves up. Again, this is rather desperate, rather by the edge of things. Panzer 4 on the way, apparently he's hoping for a bit of more armor. Could be used to reinforce here. Could work, I suppose. But he's going to... Oh no, never mind. Pershing has arrived for Seph. And immediately starts by clearing out those grenadiers. Panther moves in, and sadly, no veterancy for his armor. That Panther's really going to be in a lot of trouble against the Pershing without that veterancy. And a push against the MG position, but that's going to be stopped as well. And again, no upgrade for the bunker. Oh dear. Rather looks like Don't Shoot is not playing too well. Panzer 4 moving in on its own. And hits a mine. Hits another mine. Oh dear. Panther versus Pershing. Now of course Rifle moving in. The flank is quite exposed. Only an Ostwind to really cover things up. Still no veterancy for the armor, which I still say is a bloody shame. Field repairs going up. Pioneers getting shredded. Volksgunners moving in. Panzer 4 hoping to sort things out there. And the Pershing just charges in. And the Ostwind is completely knocked out in but a few shots. Laying behind only the Panther to try and stop things. But of course now with the tank destroyer arriving as well, the pressure really increases. And again without veterancy, the damage is simply going to tear through it quite swiftly. Grenadiers do their best, but now the Pioneers are gone veterans. One already for the Pershing. Anti-tank guns arrived, and the Panther goes down. Absolutely horrendous. The path here is cleared through, but for how long? Until the Americans turn their gaze towards that. GG, well played from Don't Shoot. The Panzer Lehr retreats after one desperate last stand, and there we go, game over. What can we learn from this? I mean, in this case, it was sort of a... I mean, he had some good things going from in the start, you know, good mining, good wiring, but he was a bit lacking infantry. That medic bunker just didn't come up in time, and he had made some gambles which sadly did not quite work out when he lost both those packs in a manner which again was not quite fortunate. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't quite fully cover that point, but there you go. Bad things happen from time to time. That half-track... I mean, that half-track really turned around the game for Seph. Basically, I mean, it completely annihilated a lot of troops for Don't Shoot, knocked out the anti-tank guns, and basically meant that Seph could seize them and, of course, quickly reinforce and beat back any assaults. And I think also the sort of perhaps a bit high reliance on other things for Don't Shoot didn't quite work out. Seph, on the other hand, with his 3 engineer start, pretty aggressive start, also did quite well. Kept Don't Shoot on a back foot for quite a bit of a while. But there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends? And if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.